Hi guys, I hope you are keeping well. Welcome to my channel. My name is Juliana. To those that are new here, I do home styling and decor and DIY videos. And today's video is going to be a part of a series that I'll be doing for the next 5 videos. I want us to learn more about interior design, home decoration, and just terms that that are used in the industry that we may not know about, or we may not have enough knowledge. So I feel like not being like an interior designer by profession, like there are a lot of things that I've had to learn by myself, and sometimes it becomes hard to understand some stuff, like when you are having some conversations with people who have more knowledge on these subjects. And I feel like from that point of view, a lot of people also struggle with the same, and that's why I've decided to come up with this series of 5 episodes whereby I'll be discussing such things in detail. We'll be talking about some of the most used decor terms, the most commonly confused words, or just new things that are trending, and you guys would love to have more knowledge about. So at the end of this video, I would request you guys to leave down a comment telling me what you think we need to incorporate in the next videos. Just say something. If it's a term that you always hear people using but you don't know about it, don't shy off. Just leave it down below, or you can also interact with me on my Instagram page at Lil's Decor Inspo. You can DM me, you can leave a comment, and I'll be sure to check it. So welcome to today's video. And before we start, I'm not feeling very well, so apologies if my energy will be a bit off. Just that I promised myself that I needed to upload this video today, and I didn't want to let anything stop me. So yeah, in case I sound off or a little down, please understand, but just try to get the content. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about 8 to 10 terms that that's popular, that you've heard about, and sometimes you find it difficult to differentiate. So the first two terms that I want us to talk about is an ottoman versus a poof. So what is the difference between these two things, and how are they used? So from my research today, I found out that an ottoman is basically like a piece of furniture, upholstered furniture that doesn't have back or arms. Is mostly used in the living room. Can be used as a coffee table, can be used as a footstool, or can even be used for sitting on. But the main thing is that it doesn't have a back or arms. I'm sure you've seen those. So guys, this is what I'm talking about. You can see some are round, some are square, some are rectangle, and like in the middle picture you see it's being used as a coffee table. The bottom left picture you see it has storage, and yeah, that's what we refer to as ottomans. You can see that they have some have legs, some don't, and yeah, so it's just a variety of them. Some are tufted, some are not tufted. So yes, that's basically what an ottoman looks like. The difference between ottomans and poofs is that poofs are more of like oversized cushions, like cushions that have been overstuffed, and most times they are round in shape, and they are used for resting feet on, and they don't have legs. They just they are put flat on the ground. Yeah, so like you can see in the picture here, they can be knit, they can be leather, they can be just fabric. It just depends with whatever option that you go for. And like here they are, you see they can be round, they can be square, they can really take any shape, but just the main feature, like I had said, is that they don't have legs and they are more like a big cushion. Moving to the next terms is antique versus vintage. I know people use those two terms like interchangeably, but I was also shocked when I researched and found that those are totally different things. Starting with antique, apparently for an item to be considered as antique, it must be like older than 100 years. Not everything that's old is antique, because now you have to put that timeline aspect when referring to an item as antique. Then looking at vintage, vintage is items that are old, not as old as 100 years as antique items, but I've seen most websites saying that they shouldn't be they should be at least 20 years old. And the main thing about vintage items is that it's like they represent an era, or just like they are representative. Like when you look at an item and you say this is vintage, like a vintage rug, maybe rug that was used in 1970s, like a vintage Moroccan rug that was used in the 1970s, and it was used by a certain tribe in Morocco or stuff like that. You can have a vintage clock, probably that was used by certain people or for a certain purpose and stuff like that. So when you talk about vintage, is more about it has like a representation or a meaning behind it. And so those two terms, vintage and antique, are totally different. And yeah, that was one of my most like one of the things that I didn't even know about, that I was so happy to learn about today. Going to the third item is console table versus a credenza. You guys, the first time I heard about a credenza, I had no idea what that is. Like, I had no idea what that is, honestly speaking. So like I went back and just researched, and I was like, oh, so that's what it is. And I was shocked to find that actually it's something that I've always seen and known, but I didn't know like that was the name. So when I was looking it up, I realized that a credenza is like the term originated they say from Italy. Can't recall well, but it's originated from some country where the credenzas were, like, the word credenza means kind of like beliefs, and they were used to store food for like leaders, and that food was supposed to be tested for poison before being given to those people. So that's where the word came from. So like a credenza is it's like, it's just a cabinet kind of furniture, but it has like low legs, and it's mostly used for storage. It can be used, it's mostly put in dining tables. It can also be used in office for storing files. So yeah, like I'm still trying to understand more about credenza, because I've seen there's a credenza, there's a buffet, but I know a buffet is more of like for storing utensils, and then on top is used to serve food. But what I want us to talk about today is a console table, because I know everyone talks about a console. Oh, I want to put a console on my entryway. I want to put a console. I want to style my console. Like, we get so many customers asking us to recommend decoration items that they can put on their console tables. So I feel like it's a very popular term, and it would be nice to just talk about it. So a console table is originally, actually, it was supposed to be mounted on the wall, and then it would have legs in front. The legs, I understand, are the ones which were being called consoles or something like that. But a console table is thin, because it's mostly used on entryways or in areas that don't have a lot of space. So it's a thin and long, and is more of like a focal point or a decorative item in the house, as opposed to a side table, because a side table has to be put it goes hand in hand with another piece of furniture. Like, you can have a side table on the side of the bed, or you can have a side table next to your couch, or stuff like that. So it's used, a side table is more of a practical or a functional piece of furniture, because it's used to place stuff that are like for easy reach of stuff. Like, if it's in the bedroom, like on your side table, you put stuff that you would want to reach easily, like your phone or your torch or whatever. Like, it's more of functionality, as opposed to a console table that's more of a decorative. So the fourth item that I want us to talk about today is upholstering versus tufting. I know those are terms that are very popular recently, and most of you already know what they mean. But I mean, just for the sake of those who don't know, or those who may be struggling to differentiate the two, I'll talk about it. So when we talk about tufting is mostly done on beds or couches. It's whereby you put on a couch, you put like dimples. I'm sure you've seen those patterns, and there are several types of tufting. There is blind tufting. Blind tufting is whereby you, on the spots where the depressions have been put on the surface, like there is no button. They are just like dimples. And the other one is button tufting. That one, I think, is the most popular one, whereby, like, where the bed has been tufted, there are like buttons put on the depressions. And there is also biscuit tufting, whereby, like, it forms like a shape of a biscuit, like rectangle shapes. And lastly, there is diamond tufting, whereby the tufts kind of form like diamond shapes. So those are the main types of tufting. As you can see, the types here. Actually, the one I was struggling to remember is the channel tufting. You can see the top right, and then the others I had explained perfectly. So those are the main types of tufting. When we talk about upholstering, tufting is one way of upholstering furniture. So upholstering is mainly like it refers to fitting fabric or stuffing furniture with with fiber, or you can like cover up furniture with fabric. You can cover it up with springs. And when you talk about the fabric part, it can be leather, it can be silk, it can be polyester, it can be cotton, any kind of fabric that you can think of. So that is what we mean by upholstering, is whereby you just like fit fabric or stuffing or springs, or you do webbing. I'm sure you've seen webbing, like the rattan cane, the way it's used to be to like it's put on a furniture. You've seen the likes of Santana Africa, White Bull Kenya. I saw they did a cabinet whereby they put I think it's leather on the front part, so that can be also like a form of upholstering. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope you've learned something new today that you didn't know, or you've gained some more knowledge on some items that you knew but you didn't have a lot of knowledge on. And I hope this is type of content that you guys will be interested in. So in the next video, we'll be talking about more terms. I already have some in mind that I want to research on, but I would urge you guys to please also suggest some other words that you feel like I need to research on. You can interact with me on the comment section here, or you can also DM me on Instagram. My Instagram page is Lil's Decor Inspo, so always feel free to interact with me, guys. Give me your suggestions and I'll be happy to incorporate them. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, and also share with your friends, family and colleagues, and yeah, let's draw this family together. So I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.